Good morning, everyone. My name's Christy. Welcome to my corner. Thanks for joining me today for Flossmas number 18. 18? I think it's 18. It's 18. It's December 18th, 2025. And thanks for joining me for opening Advents and talking stitching and a new mug. Look at this mug. So this mug was made by one of our students. They are selling them in order to raise money for their like student activities fund. Essentially, they have an honors organization that they raise money for, and it is taller but narrower than my normal cups, which means that it's the same ratio. Coffee today is pretty good. It's a little bit, tastes a little bit burnt, and I believe, yes, that we're on day 12. So it's Yardage by Brûlerie de Quay. My French for like 20 years is not going well for me. So it's roasted in Carleton-sur-Mer, Quebec. The origin of the bean is Ethiopia, and it's candied tangerine, graham, wildflower, honey, and chamomile tea are the notes, which I can never taste. I can taste it that there's a difference, but I can't like taste individual notes. But it's not bad. I did not finish my coffee yesterday. After it cooled down a bit, I dumped it. I couldn't drink it. This one I might finish. Who knows? All right. So the plan is, as per usual, open up Forbidden Fiber Co. Advent Calendar, open up Ulta Beauty Advent Calendar, open up Universal Yums Candy of the World Advent Calendar. I'll show you my stitching. We'll pick stitching for the day. We'll chit chat a little bit. I think that that's it. Oh, I am getting a package today though from Forbidden Fiber Co. So that's very exciting. I'll show you that tomorrow. All right, let's do day 18, which should be an envelope. And of course, the envelopes contain a floss and a piece of the pattern. And if you want to know more about how this advent works, check out my Flossmas number 1 or my whip parade that I did on November 29th. And on even days, you get a hand-dyed floss, which is black. Ashes and soot. Makes sense. And also a piece of the pattern with that color in it, which is, if you can get it out of the envelope. If you can get it out of the envelope. I don't keep the envelope, so it's fine. In fact, I don't even keep these early patterns because I don't stitch along, and so it doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, it's very filled in now. Very filled in. Why am I struggling so much? Literally, I am having serious issues. Okay, so it looks like the rest of... Oh, the dog. The dog is black. The dog is black. There's some black in the Santa. There's some black in the reindeer, I'm assuming, who are pulling the Santa. Black in the fireplace. Yeah, so there's sort of like accents in black, but mostly it's the dog. Mostly it's the dog that's sitting on the rug in front of the weird fireplace house. I'm assuming that it will all make sense at the end. It will all make sense at the end. I have been scrounging on Instagram to see people who are stitching it. I've only found one person so far who's stitching along, so, you know. And they're doing a great job, and the colors look great. What this is really doing is it's sort of like filling my stash of Forbidden Fiber Co. All right, so it's the 18th. No, the 10th? 18th. And it's a spray of some, it's a Paul Mitchell Clear Smoothing Serum, Sensitive. Paul Mitchell, I'm assuming it's for hair because Paul Mitchell is hair. So a smoothing serum. So that's nice. I am still surprised at how little makeup this has. It has a lip liner and 2 mascaras is all the makeup that this has. And I find that very interesting. That is not what I was expecting. And I feel like I've gotten Ulta calendars before, although not the full. I usually get the 12-day advent calendar. And it usually has way more makeup in it. Okay, let's see what we got for 18. And today, oh, this is a soda themed sody. And this is the day we choose our next winner. Toffee sour. I'm trying to, I can't say cola flavored. Okay, let's see what this is. Number 18. Number 18. Oh, I dropped off the, oh yeah. I dropped off the stockings that I made. Sorry, I'm getting like so distracted. I dropped off the stockings that I embroidered for my neighbor lady. And for those of you who, I didn't take pictures of them both, which was dumb, but I didn't take pictures of them both. But, yeah, so I dropped them off. We had made a date to drop them off at 5 and I completely lost track of time. So I get a message at like 6. I get her messages at like 6:15. And I apologized profusely, and we met again at like the local Lowe's to drop them off at like 6:30. And it was fine, and she was super happy with them. And I'm sorry I keep messing with my glasses too. I'm having a morning, and she gave me $100, which was very nice because I don't do commissions, and I told her I don't want any money. I don't want any money for it, but she gave me $100, and that was very nice of her. Elven Toffee Sour, cola flavored sour chews. It's Turkish candy. Okay. Cola. It's interesting. Sorry for the chewing sounds. Hold on. It's definitely giving soda. I would say cola. The sourness is interesting because I actually really like putting lime in my lemon or lime in my Coke Zeros. Like when you go to the machines where you can choose any kind of addition, I put a little bit of lime in it. But I don't know. We need to see. Oh, I forgot that I dropped. Oh, here's my pen. I dropped the pen. So yesterday was a melon chew, and today was the sody. This is where we are. I'm gonna go with the sody, and the reason why I'm going with the sody is that this 17 is essentially, again, the same thing as one that was the pomegranate, and the pomegranate was so good. Maybe I need to try the pomegranate again and see if the pomegranate is actually as good as I remember it. I have not eaten any of the remaining winners, just in case we needed to do like a reminder. So this is the Frugelli from Greece. And pomegranate. Yeah, that's like so nice. It's like tangy and a little sweet. I was right. So we're gonna go with 18. We're gonna go with today's because it's different. And so who knows what that will end up next to. Who knows? Yeah, and then we have 6 left. Only 6 left in here. So tomorrow, this may be actually the last day. Tomorrow may be the last day I do my coffee. I'm visiting my family for the holidays. I'm not taking the coffee with me when I visit my family for the holidays. All right, that is our advents of the day. Oh, and thank you all so much for your kind words about my entrance for the Stitch-along that reference Hyacinth Bouquet, who of course is an icon. It was really fun. And the nice thing is, okay, so it's getting a lot of love on Instagram too. For me, I'm not super popular on Instagram. I mean, I don't know that I'm super popular on YouTube either. I have my friends, right, who watch me on YouTube and also who follow me on Instagram. But I've been getting such nice comments, yeah, from folks about it. So that was really fun. And the nice thing is when I sent it in an email, and I don't know if I'm sure I said this yesterday, but I don't remember. But the worry about a niche quote reference is that the person who's the judge won't get it. But she did. So Emily is the person who is in charge of the Stitch-along and who is the designer for Stitch. And I emailed it to her for my entry, and she came back with the next line, right? So the next line, so basically, you know, this is a white slimline telephone with automatic redial, which I didn't include because I didn't want to have to like write out so much. But she knew that. She knew it was automatic redial. So that's pretty cool. So at least she got the joke and thought it was funny. Whether I win or not, I don't know. And I also wanted to say that I believe I yesterday was talking about the video for the Monty Python and the Holy Grail sketch that we did. I've been talking about this to a lot of people. I think I talked to you all about it yesterday. Anyway, I may have made it sound like I did all the work. I did not do all the work. I put a lot of work into it. Don't get me wrong. And I was the director and the editor, but the team did amazing. Like I couldn't have done it by myself. So I'm sorry if I came off as if saying that I kind of like did it myself, because I did not, because they worked really hard too and made their costumes and filmed everything. So anyway, I just wanted to clarify that it wasn't all me, although I was very proud of it. It came at a time when the team was feeling really discouraged. We were feeling like we were working really hard on all the like challenges, but we just weren't getting it. Like we weren't sort of getting, it wasn't clicking with the judges, essentially, was the thing that we were kind of upset about. And I think there was a morale issue. And so I came in like pumped because I'm like, we are going to kick some ass. And we did. We won. Excuse me. And I did put a lot of work into it, but I just want to clarify that everyone put work into it. I realized I'm like, oh, I'm sort of acting like I did it myself. I didn't do it myself. Team Sips and Stitches is the bomb. All right. So let's talk stitching after all that. So I had 2 days of stitching yesterday because I didn't do my first draw, which was my scarf. And so I have now done more on my scarf. So he is fully outlined in white, which you can't see because it's white on white. Oh, there we go. I outlined the bow and did the bowstring. I did the arm. I outlined the face in black, and I did this, the arrow, and then this hand here. So that's what I did. All that's left to do, I think, are his eyes and his feet. Now, this is not the right color, but I'm leaving it in. It should be more of a maroony color, but I'm leaving it in, and I'm doing his feet in that color too. So he will just be just a couple more things, and then we're done with this guy. So that's exciting. Now, I do have like 2 or 3 more that I want to do on each end of the scarf. But then what I picked for yesterday was my Bayou Tapestry test. And yeah, let's straighten it out a bit. I did some work on this as well. So I finished his coat. I did his hands. And then I did the neck of the armor. So that's what I did yesterday. And he's looking pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. Yeah. So that is done. And this test is for when so I can get the right fabric and floss for a big version. And this is the second fabric I've tried. Here's the first fabric. It's just linen, but this is a less see-through linen than this. And so far I like this linen the best, and I expect that this is the linen that I will use at least until, you know, I can't buy it anymore or something, because this is a long project and I'm not buying all the supplies. This is a pretty good, yeah, we'll see. We'll see which one I like, because this one is like thicker, feels heavy, like a heavier weight, but it has more, I don't know. I feel like it's more a looser weave is what I want to say. I feel like it's a looser weave. So it's like a heavier weight, but looser weave than this. We'll see. We'll see what I end up doing. I'm going to try and finish these by the end of the year, so that way I can start on it, like start on the actual project. All right, let's see what I'm doing today. Besides cleaning and packing. Now, if this isn't the sewing, then I will have to substitute the Goonies for the sewing. Wedding sampler. Okay, my fingers are feeling up to the wedding sampler. Hold on one sec. So my wedding sampler was supposed to have been done like 3 years ago. It is the River by Modern Folk Embroidery, and this was from a Black Needle Society box. And what I'm doing is I'm splitting these 2 layers here and adding in another row with the date and maybe our initials and the date of our wedding, I think. And I am doing it. It is in this bag, but I'm going to switch it into a different bag. I'll show you in a moment. I am doing it on a Cyanotype dyed 16 count Aida. And this lace was a gift from my Italian cousins for my wedding. And so I used it for a Cyanotype. And then I'm using a gold silk thread. That is a spun silk. It is filament silk. Which I will show you, from DeVere Yarns. And I use this in my wedding bouquet. Let me go get that for you so you can see what I'm talking about. I made my wedding bouquet. So this is my wedding bouquet. I just keep it over there in one of my cones of doom. But so these are pom-poms made out of silk, and I embroidered this flower using stump work techniques. And so that gold in that flower is the gold I'm stitching this with. So it all kind of like goes together. I put it away because otherwise it was going to end up over here and get ruined. My husband's boutonniere was also a pom-pom. And the bouquets for my nieces, who were my flower girls, were also made out of pom-poms. And then I made a third one for my cousin's daughter, because there were only 3 kids at this wedding, 3 little girls at this wedding. And if 2 of them have like pom-pom bouquets and one of them doesn't, that's not good. So I made her one too. Anyway, this is being stitched in 4 strands. Oops. Because these strands are super, super, super thin. So 4 strands is probably like 2 strands of DMC on a 16 count. That's where we are. So I'm gonna work on that. You can see on the back. It shows up better in real life than it does on camera. It does not look like it shows up on camera, but it does show up in real life. That's what I'm working on today. Oh, but I'm going to transfer it into this bag. And this is another bag that was gifted by Stitcher Trish of, Stitcher Trish is her YouTube channel, but she hasn't posted in a while. And her Etsy shop is Forever Else Needlecraft on Etsy, but that is on vacation. But this will fit, hopefully, the pattern, because the pattern has not been with the stitching for a while. Now I am stitching off of a photocopied pattern. And I also tried out a what is this? Dinky Dyes silk in a gold, but I didn't like it as much. So we're going with this. And this is, again, this is the one I used for my wedding bouquet, so it felt special. All right, so this is what it was in. It is not in that anymore. We will put everything in here and we will work on this today. Ta-da! So the plan is this and cleaning. I got a lot of cleaning to do. All right, that's it for me, I think. It's a lot of yammering and a lot of not paying attention to the camera. Sorry about that. I have a lot happening in my head today. We have a lot of stuff to do, and it's raining. My poor dog was so wet this morning. It was raining a little bit when we left, and about halfway around the block, I'm like, let's just go around the block. Let's go around the block. Halfway around the block, it just like opened up, and he was drenched. He was so sad. Anyway, with my new W mug that I love, that is a good size, and this is actually a second. They had firsts that were already claimed, but then they had a bunch of seconds they were just going to destroy, and I'm like, no, I will give you money for the seconds. Like, I'll buy them. So got some seconds. All right, now I'm done. I'm like my mother. My mother takes forever to get off, get out of the camera. Thanks so much for joining me. I will see you tomorrow. Please take good care of yourselves and have a good one. Happy Flossmas. Bye.